What's up, guys? I'm back. I've been down a long AI rabbit hole for pretty much 2 weeks. Up until this point, I've pretty much ignored AI for the reason I'm going to talk about today, but it's become unignorable and I've been catching myself up. But there's a huge problem that I've seen after watching probably 50 plus hours of AI videos and consuming AI tweets and content and podcasts and everything AI, OpenClaw, oh my gosh, Claude, And the problem is most people aren't using AI to be any more productive. In fact, most people are being less productive now that they have AI. And how does this happen? I don't think anyone sets out to be less productive. And I want to talk about how to fix that because I feel like I fixed it in my life personally. In fact, if you're watching this video, it was uploaded, it was scheduled, it was written, it was done by AI, which is crazy. And I think I'm going to be able to upload daily videos for the first time ever because of I don't do anything besides freaking click record and then the AI does the rest. It even gives me the titles, the ideas. Yeah, I'll make a video on that in the future. But most people aren't productive with AI, more than likely yourself included. And if you think about this, this is nothing new because since dawn of time of technology, people have been scrolling freaking TikTok instead of using this thing to change their entire life. AI is no different, except it's literally an order of magnitude, probably 1,000 times stronger than any other technology up to this point. Why? It is because feeling productive and being productive are two extremely different things, and they're usually negative. Most of the stuff that is actually productive doesn't feel that productive because it's kind of boring, it's monotonous, it's being consistent. And AI can really lead you down a rabbit hole of feeling so productive just to realize that you did absolutely nothing but talk to a soulless being for like 8 hours that day. And there's one question that you can ask yourself that I'll talk about as we get into this video. But let's discuss what really is productivity. If you think about it, productivity is just making progress towards your goals. That's it, right? Shocker, KJ, I know. But how do we be productive? Another shocker for you, it's to do what works. Which sounds so cliche, but you're not doing this. I'm not doing this, or else we would be Elon Musk. I watched a podcast with Elon, and it just reshaped how I think about stuff. He's so productive. Like all he cares about is the thing that works. And if it doesn't work, if it's not the thing that he's trying to do, he doesn't do it. And so you're not being productive, even with AI, because you're not doing what works. And so the real secret is in that phrase, doing what works. So let's talk about what works. Works meaning it's getting the outcome that's moving you towards your goal. So just doing things doesn't equate to being productive. Even though that can feel productive, it's doing the things that work, meaning what's getting you closer. You can spend all day chatting with AI about all this nonsense and whatever, and you want to be a YouTuber, you want to hit 100,000 subs. But if you don't post YouTube videos and you don't get better at speaking, you don't get better at titles and thumbnails and all this, you don't actually gain subscribers, you're not making any real progress. And so the hard part is finding what works. And I think AI clouds that judgment a lot, for myself included. And so the real question to ask yourself really every day is, how am I making progress towards my goals? How am I putting things out? And so what I've created recently is an end of day kind of recap for myself inside of my second brain using AI, which I'll show you guys in the future as well. And it asks one simple question. What did I learn? Which is important, but learning in your mind doesn't equate to doing. So learning is important, but the second question is more important, which is, what did I create today? What output did I put out? And the cool part is AI is harsh about this. It will literally get on my case about how we did a lot of nothing. And that's exactly what we need. We need AI to be that third party who can look at you with no ego, with no distortion and be like, hey, you did nothing today. We did a lot of random stuff, but you didn't have any outputs into the world today. It's actually why I'm making this video. AI was like, hey, dude, just shut up and make a video. You're good at making videos. Like, just make one about what you're learning. And I'm like, okay, sweet. I'll put out an output. And this will probably get no views, but I'm okay with that. Because if I put out these videos every single day, I'm going to be putting stuff out. I'm going to be making progress. But I think another trap too is doing. People aren't doing what works. They're like talking about what might work. So if you find yourself talking about what might work with AI all the time and you're not validating that idea with reality, you're going in circles. And I've done this for so many hours of my life, and I'm tired of doing it, which is why I've changed my entire strategy. Like, I'm not making YouTube videos on my main channel that much anymore. And if I do, it'll be because I did something so valuable for myself that I finally feel like sharing. I don't want my job to be full-time YouTuber. I want my job to be full-time builder, full-time creator, full-time doer. I read a quote the other day that says, those who teach should do, or those who do should teach, and those who teach should do. There's a lot of teachers on YouTube. They don't actually use these AI tools to do anything productive besides make their videos, which is just teaching. They're not builders. They're not building the software. They're not doing things, solving problems in the real world. They're just talking about stuff all the day that might work. And there's value in that. Don't get me wrong. There's value in these videos of people talking about new tools and exposing you to the idea of new tools. But it's hard to take their advice of what to actually do in your life, what's actually valuable, because they're not testing their ideas by doing them. So to recap quickly, this is my first video back, so I know it's going to be all over the place. But hey, I'm living out the principle of just doing. We need to use AI to be more productive. So we do that by setting a clear goal. Not just to feel productive, to create a to-do list and to customize your themes and to, make your phone black and white. But what am I actually putting out into the world? What is the goal that I want to hit? And from that goal, what are the problems that I need to solve? And how do I have ideas and then test them by actually doing the ideas, by doing the thing, by putting out the stuff? So this is a bad example because I'm essentially teaching these videos, and it's less about doing, it's more about like teaching. But making videos could be doing, but it shouldn't be if you're an entrepreneur. Long story. Anyways, let's just say like my goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers. And so I can watch a million videos. I can ask AI to strategize and to go look at Ali Abdul's channel and see why he's doing all these things. Or I can start by just posting videos and taking note of what I did right, what I did wrong. And so that's a good point of like, you have to test. You have to test an idea. And so if you're having ideas all day, you're collecting other people's ideas, you're reading books, you're doing all this, but you're not testing them in the real world by putting them out, by doing the thing, by building the application, by starting the business, by posting the videos, then you're not being productive at all. And so the simple question that you can program your AI to help you with, which is simply a couple things that I do. I've structured my second brain to be output focused. And so I've even told the Claude bot that lives inside of my second brain, like, you exist for this reason, to keep me producing value, solving problems, putting out the solutions over and over again. I don't want to get stuck in thinking mode. So that's one thing. You can put it in the actual like Claude's memory about you and what you're trying to do. Second thing is you can ask yourself every single day, whether it's with AI or just journaling, what did I create today? What did I put out today? What did I create, like a solution for myself? An output for a client? Like, what did I create into the world? And that'll humble you because you realize a lot of days you're really not putting out much. And the people that are winning are putting out a lot of stuff. Sometimes that's all it comes down to. So anyways, this is me literally putting out my first video in a while. And I'm going to get back to my normal conversational, natural self. But this is just honestly testing out the system. So if you're seeing this, I built a cool system that AI did all this for me, which is freaking epic. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer them. And yeah, see you then.